Here's a gun that's been requested for review for a very long time now, and truth be told, I honestly couldn't get one of these sent to me even though they're quite popular. This is my review of the KJW M9A1. These have been around for a very long time now, and with the success of this pistol, KJW has upgraded their M9 over the years. And if you like this gun so much that you want to get one for yourself, then be sure to check the links for this $120 pistol in the description so you can get one of these off the Airsoft GI website for yourself. Now, thanks to the GI Tactical Store in Plano, Texas, I can grab one of these right off the shelf and show you guys what comes inside the box. As expected of KJW, the box itself is covered in graphics, but designs don't faze me. It's just covering up a styrofoam tray that holds everything in place. Another trait about KJWorks is that they include these catalogs in a lot of their boxes. It's just them trying to show off all the other cool stuff they got going on, like the iconic KCO2 and PT26, but inside this catalog is the manual. There's not all too much to say about this manual, as it shows you all the normal stuff like safety tips, how to use your controls and find your hop-up, and an explosive view and parts list. So let's just put that off to the side now and check out the other stuff that comes in this box, like this old type tube and rod speed loader with a plastic piece that goes with it. I really find no need for these anymore, since it's just easier for me to use my fingers to load my magazines, but maybe I'm just a barbarian who doesn't know any better. After all, I don't trust most of the BBs that come in any of the boxes I get. I just don't trust BBs from a company that doesn't make BBs you can go out and regularly buy. I'm here for the gun, not the BBs in a box, but don't forget about that Allen wrench. You're going to need that to adjust your hop-up later. Now I can take the M9 from the tray, and as you can see it's wrapped in a plastic bag, so I'm just going to grab another M9 and use that one for the rest of this video. Don't worry, they're the same models, so this change really doesn't matter. So this is the KJW M9A1, a green gas-powered metal slide and frame representation of the classic M9. No shock there. This is a pretty basic pistol with just a couple features and very little going for it aesthetically, besides the KJW logos on the grips and a serial number placed on the frame. But I'm looking for performance, which I'll get to later. Like I said, the frame and slide are metal, as well as the outer barrel, trigger, and ambidextrous selector switches. Sadly, you don't get a decocker with the switch, nor do you get a gimmicky yet fun full auto mode, but semi-auto and safe is totally fine with me. I'm also okay with the 26 round magazine. Okay, maybe I'm not completely okay with the magazine. It's one of those, the first gas fill won't finish off the entire magazine, but the second fill is godlike. Can you believe that I got 22 shots when I first shot this gun off camera, but then got 101 shots later on? Yeah, that had to be an air bubble or something, but I'd say you should bring a couple other magazines with you if you plan to run a KJW M9. I just don't really trust magazines that have really bad consumption and intake inconsistencies. But KJW does sell CO2 magazines that can also be found on the GI site. Back to the pistol again, you might notice you won't be getting a threaded tip, so you can make your gas consumption even worse by adding a suppressor to it. But you will get a rail on the end of the frame for lasers and flashlights, and your iron sights are actually dotted quite well. I like these sights for how easy they are to acquire. I think you guys know how I like good looking sights. Should I even bring up my favorite rifle again? Now, something else I think KJW could work on would be their hop-up adjuster. The need to use an Allen wrench to adjust your hop-up has always bothered me a bit. Dials are the way to go for me, but maybe dials and wheels and gas guns just aren't dependable. Nonetheless, to adjust your hop-up, you'll need to insert that included Allen wrench into this small hole. Sadly, I didn't have a long enough range at my disposal to really try out this hop-up, as I was in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and completely away from home. But I did get the chance to check out a pretty sick car meet. You know, GTRs, delicious RX-7s, and a snow Jeep despite there not being a single piece of snow out there in the 90-degree Texas night. So my only accuracy to judge is at about 30 feet, if even that. So for just judging about 30 feet, then this gun is awesome. Funny enough, the one I actually filmed for the unboxing sold while filming the accuracy. Feet per second readings were also pretty good with sub-CQB shots with a completely filled magazine of Nuprol and .20 gram BBs. So if you want to use this gun in the CQB environment, then you should have no problem. Looking at the pros and cons like I should, I'd point out that you can get this into a CQB game. You have clean iron sights, 26 round base magazines, an all metal pistol, and it comes at a price of $120. But on the flip side, gas consumption and intake is all over the place. The blowback is just a bit weak in comparison to a lot of the other pistols I've reviewed, and the trigger is pretty long like how other M9s are. So would I recommend this gun? Well, not really. I'd probably get an ASG-P09 or a KWC 1911 variant for a lower cost due to the CO2 based magazines. I know, those are some pretty basic alternatives, but that's my own opinion, that some owners of the KJW M9 can proudly dispute in the comments of this video, because maybe I'm just missing some major benefits that this pistol has over all my preferred options. I hope I really didn't upset any owners out there, but hey, if you still like this pistol and you want to get it for yourself, then be sure to check out the description for all links to send you off to airsoftgi.com. And I'll also add links to my alternatives as well, so maybe you can check out those. But if you have any questions, then be sure to ask them down below in the comments. But until the next video drops from the city of San Antonio, this has been Scott Holmbeck, and I will be sure to see you all next time.
Would 7 could be civilian or military?
Well, both.
Video?
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I need the backpack on. Oh.
Yep. Crate game because we were able to get more crates. Now, the last thing, that was a twofer because there was one big game but had 2 objectives.
Yeah.
One was Task Force Wild. So what is it?
Robinson would give a go on that. Oh, yeah.
We're gonna go to X policy.
Hi, welcome to GI Tactical. How can we help you today?
Hi, welcome back.
That's out. It's frozen.